Hey, you! Yeah, you right there, bro. Hey, come here. Shh! You promise not to tell a secret? Promise? Pinky promise? Alright, cool. Today I'm actually gonna really shock you guys with this one. I'm gonna show you guys the #1 lie you've been taught about rich people, wealth, abundance, whatever it may be. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video, because this video, sheesh, my boy. I'm gonna get y'all right, for sure. Let's get it. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Abdul Hassan. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so already, man, what you doing, man? Go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell notification. Y'all know the drill, man. Go ahead and also like the video. You know, check out all my other videos. Share it to at least 5 friends. And also, too, make sure to comment. Let me know what videos you guys are dropping. I really do be paying attention to the comments a lot. And I definitely want to get a lot more content that you guys want to see. So any highly requested videos, if it gets enough attention, I'll make sure to go ahead and drop it. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the #1 lie that you've actually been taught about wealth, abundance, financial freedom, whatever it may be. Now, I'm honestly quite sick of it, and I hope you guys are too. Like, our whole lives, we've been lied to with school, parents, whatever it may be. And don't blame your parents, they're just trying to do what's best. School, you definitely could blame a little bit. They got, you know what I'm saying, cleared up a little bit. I don't know what they got going on. But for the most part, this is actually one of my favorite quotes. I don't know who it's by, but basically what the quote says is that both the rich and the poor are self-made, but only the rich will admit it. Now, but what do you mean by that? Well, I simply mean that everybody's self-made, right? If you're broke, if you're rich, if you're in the middle class, whatever it may be, you're still self-made, right? Because at the end of the day, you can have all the influences in the world around you trying to convince you to do a certain thing, but at the end of the day, you guys are only responsible for your attitude and your effort, right? And you guys can't blame anybody else for the way that your life has actually turned out, because of the fact that you made those choices as well, and you were actually deciding on certain things that could either hinder you or that could actually elevate you, right? So both the rich and the poor are self-made, right? And the rich people, they will admit it, right? Because they take accountability. Now, from this simple quote, I want you guys to just take away a key takeaway you guys see here. From people that are rich to people that are broke, right? Even when I said both types of people are self-made, right? I said that the rich will only admit it, right? So the rich people, they take accountability, right? Regardless of what happens, what doesn't happen, right? It's always gonna be your responsibility to go ahead and literally take care of it, right? Now, a lot of people, they get this messed up and get really emotional, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like, please don't, your emotions, you have to be able to know how to channel them and know how to be able to, you know, handle your emotions, right? Because at the end of the day, some people will be like, start blaming their parents, this and that. I was this and that. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, throw any shots at anybody or anything like that. But we have to realize that everything that we, like, you know what I'm saying, are going through, there's always somebody that has it worse, right? I mean, I'm a kid from Africa, right? So I'm always very grateful that I'm even able to be in America where they have credit, and also we have running water, we have all that. Now, I'm not, don't try to play my African people now. Like, we're not sitting out there, you know what I'm saying, not all of us are in huts or anything like that. So definitely check out Africa, because what the news paints it is completely different. Africa is really beautiful. But if you're born in Africa, right, you're either the haves or the have-nots, right? And if you're the have-nots, it's really bad, and kids often are homeless, all that. It makes me really grateful and able to really be able to capitalize on all these blessings I have, because I could have been that kid in Africa that didn't have any outlet, didn't have any internet or anything like that. So I always try to look at the glass half full instead of glass half empty. So I mean, a lot of people, they get emotional with thinking that, oh, just because it's your responsibility doesn't necessarily mean it's your fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. Like, at the end of the day, whatever happens has happened, right? We can't cry over spilled milk. But the #1 lie you guys actually been told about wealth, abundance, whatever it may be, is that all rich people are either lucky or born into it. This is actually completely false, right? And I hate this lie so much because of the fact that it really stops a lot of people from going ahead and pursuing their ambitions and also their aspirations, right? Now, like, for example, right? Like, I look at it as far as like school, right? So if you have a teacher, right, that say your 3rd grade, 4th grade teacher, they tell you that you're not as good as in math, right? So if they're telling you that, they're kind of discouraging you, especially when you're younger, right? You're kind of very influential, right? A lot of people can shape how, you know what I mean, you think, how you talk, how you maneuver, right? And that could actually really detour you later on in life. But like, if you're told that, oh, I'm not good at, say, math, right? Then you're most likely not going to take more math classes, and you're necessarily not going to keep going into math, right? You're not going to go to college to major in math. You could love math, right? But if somebody tells you that you're bad at it or whatever, it kind of discourages you, right? Unless you guys have that iron mindset of being able to know exactly how to think for yourself and be able to know that, hey, regardless of what happens, I know what I'm doing and I know who I am, right? You have to be able to accept yourself, like, just accept it, you know what I mean? Regardless of what has happened, like, and that's how you're able to go ahead and get past certain things, right? I know a lot of people, they're dealing with depression, anxiety. I mean, I just think of it as like, with depression and anxiety, I mean, I'm not trying to get too deep into it, right? I actually studied pre-med in college, but I'm not a doctor by any means, right? So basically depression is you're always thinking basically in the past, right? And anxiety is you're always thinking in the future, right? So basically just being able to be present and like be mindful and just meditate and be able to be in the presence of now, right? And just to reflect, right? That also allows you to mitigate a lot of those mental health issues or anything of that sort, right? So with that being said, like, that's why I really don't like that lie. And I really don't like why people put that on, say, younger kids, younger generation, just because the fact that most of the times when people are telling you this, I'm trying to tell you, these folks is miserable. Like, a lot of people nowadays is miserable. I don't even get it. And misery, y'all know how that goes. Basically, they see that, you know, like, you ever seen, you know what I'm saying, The Pursuit of Happiness, right? I mean, you ever see Will Smith sitting there with his little kid, and he's sitting there, like, at the basketball court with his kid. He's like, listen, don't let anybody tell you that you can't even do anything, not even me. And, like, Will Smith was, like, the dad in that movie, right? So that was just so powerful because of the fact that, because a lot of people, you'll get told one thing, right? And then after that, you just kind of want to forget it, right? Even if you have the aspirations, you have the ambitions, right? And really what's messed up about it is that that person is putting his thought and opinion, right, over your ambitions, dreams, and goals, right? I've never believed in, you know what I mean, anybody trying to sell me lies or, you know what I mean, trying to really get me to do certain things or all that. I'd rather go ahead and fail by thinking by myself than ever listen to anybody. Because if, like, you know what I'm saying, if something happens, right, I can only blame myself, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm sitting there listening to somebody else, right, and I'm like, bro, I could not live with myself, bro. Like, if I had somebody trying to tell me to do something and it fails, and I'm just like, man, I knew I shouldn't have trusted you, bro. You feel me? But you can't do nothing else, bro. Like, you feel me? You went with his move. You literally listened to him. You should have thought for yourself in the beginning. 96% of all the new millionaires, right, are literally self-made, right? And they're first generation millionaire and all that, right? You look at people like Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio was literally born to a Caucasian middle class family in New York. And now he actually is the founder of the biggest hedge fund in this world, right? It's called Bridgewater Capital. So I always look at stories like that, right? And I'm always like, all right, so if Ray Dalio was able to do it, Michael Jordan is able to do it, Kobe, he had a dad, but anyway, still had to get the mud for sure. Who else? Basically, like, say, Elon Musk, whatever it may be, right? Like, if those people are able to do it, why can you guys not do it? And also too, like, why would you ever think that rich people are just lucky or well off? Most rich people are not, as you guys can see by statistics, right? Most millionaires, most billionaires, they've literally became the only millionaire in their family. They were the only billionaire in their family. And that's why I feel like it's so important to read up on other people's journey, learn about other people. I'm so big into just like history and just like, and documentaries as well, just because I want to be able to see exactly how that person was able to shape himself into the person he is today, right? So what we really have to realize is that the time will pass by anyways, right? Like, the time will go by fast. I remember I was in college, right? I was a freshman in college. And so I was just chilling, like, you know what I'm saying, just talking to my bro and stuff like that. And so he was asking me, he's like, bro, it's 4 years, it's a lot. And I was planning on becoming a doctor as well. So it was gonna be like another like 12 years or something like that in total. So he was like, man, that's gonna be a lot of time. And I told him, I was like, hey man, 4 years is gonna go by fast. The time will pass, right? As long as I'm present and living every day like my last day, right? And I'll be able to capitalize on a lot of opportunities, right? Because we're often rushing. We're just trying to get to the next car, the next house, the next job promotion, this and that we really forget to really see who's with us and all the experiences that we've been having and be able to really just, you know what I'm saying, hone in the moment and enjoy it, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I always often look at this too, because like, even when you get to your goals, right, even when I get to my goals, right, there's always going to be another mountain to climb, right? So when Elon Musk was building out SpaceX, right, and he went to, say, NASA to get a rocket, NASA was like, hey, we'll give you a rocket. I think it was like $65 million. Yeah, it's crazy. And it was a used one too. So they were like, yeah, we'll give you one for $65 million. And so Elon was like, okay, cool. But then he went back and was like, all right, how much does it cost to make a rocket, right? How much are the materials? How much are this and that, right? And so he literally took first principles thinking to strip down, like basically get the rocket from the assembled version to literally just the parts, right? And that's what he was thinking about. And so he realized that to buy all those parts, it ended up becoming about $1 million or $2 million, right? So it was only about 2% of the original quoted price that NASA had given them, right? So if he was able to literally save himself 98% of the money he was gonna literally spend, right? And you have to think about it, if he's planning on doing that for a while, it can add up for sure, right? And so just that type of thinking and being able to see exactly where you guys want to be, where you want to see yourself, what type of car you want to drive. And when I say this, right, I want you guys to get down to the detail, my boy. I want you to be like, man, I want that Rolls Royce Cullinan with the orange seats, you know what I'm saying, Hermes, pillows in the back, you know what I'm saying, with like literally like, you know what I'm saying, with the LV rugs. Hey, don't steal that, my boy. Like, that's, you feel me? You can use my style, bro, but hey, you gonna pay me a fee for sure. But just for example, I want you guys get down to the detail for sure. Like, I want you guys to really envision it, like see it, and really believe that I believe that I'm a billionaire right now. You know what I'm saying? I might not have them bills in my account physically, right? But at the end of the day, I have this internally, right? And so I'm in Pooh Shiesty, man. Shout out to him, free him, for real. The song, he says, I'm like, I've been a millionaire basically. I'm just waiting for my check to come, right? And so you really have to believe that, because again, if you guys believe that, right, then you guys are able to create that, right? I mean, if you believe that you're already a millionaire, you can create millions of dollars, right? You can be able to, not necessarily like create it as far as a printing sense, because only the federal government can do it, but in a sense that you're able to take an idea that you have, right, turn it into reality, which could make you millions. So in this video, I really wanted just to break that myth of that rich people are just lucky, because the harder you work, the luckier you get, right? It's just, I'm a big proponent of massive action over inaction, right? Whatever it may happen, I'd rather go ahead and make a move on something that might be false information than not make a move at all, right? Because if I'm able to go ahead and pursue that action, right, then I'm able to pivot later on, but I would have learned faster than not even have done anything, right? And honestly, it's so weird. Like, I really think of it like, that's why I told you guys I'm big on energy, right? It's so weird, because like, you ever have somebody that you're thinking about and they automatically call you? Like, I feel like your thoughts, right, are just sent out into the universe, right? And so if you vibrate enough of those thoughts, if you throw enough of them bad boys out there, my boy, one of them gonna catch back. God gotta answer your prayers somehow. You feel me? You gotta have faith, you gotta believe, and whatever you guys are facing, you guys can get through it, and we gonna get through it together, my boy, for real, for real. I'm with y'all. But, I just wanted to end off this video right now, just because I know a lot of people, y'all be going crazy in the comments, bro. Like, give your boy a break, man. I got y'all, I'm gonna get this right for y'all. But right now, like, for my financial literacy agency, which is, again, the #1 financial literacy agency in the world, like, man, y'all heard it here first. I don't care who it is. And tell Ray Dow, come get at me, my boy, for real. But we're the #1 finance company in the whole world. And so what we're gonna be able to do for you guys is help you guys actually learn about financial literacy, show you guys how to be able to have your money actually working for you and not the other way around, right? I want you guys to employ yourself. I want you guys to be self-reliant and be able to be independent on your own and take care of you and your family, right? And so again, the funding is cool, the credit is cool, but it's not trying to finesse, right? Because of the fact that if we're just trying to finesse for this credit, it's never gonna work, man. I know a lot of people, they say, go ahead and invest in Airbnb, go ahead and invest in stocks, real estate, whatever it may be. Listen, the biggest and the best investment you'll ever make is on yourself, right? You always want to bet on yourself, and it's always better off to be at peace with yourself and at war with the world than at war with yourself and at peace with the world. It doesn't make sense. I'd rather take the whole world on. As long as I'm feeling good, like, that's all that matters, because I'm the most important person in my life, and I have the obligation and duty to make my whole family proud, God proud, because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, it's a blessing just to even wake up today. And I'm trying to tell you guys, man, literally, we #1 on YouTube, we #1 financial literacy company out there, man. We the best, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. And I say we because y'all, my supporters, right? Y'all helped me out and y'all encouraged me. Y'all made me want to go harder. And I'm gonna keep going hard for y'all, for real though. So let's get it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, before I leave this video, I need you guys to make sure to subscribe, tap the bell notifications below. Again, go ahead and like the video. Make sure you guys comment which videos you want to see next, and go crazy. Share this with at least 5 friends so you guys can be able to share different information along your journey to help you guys out, grow even faster. Yes, sir.